Hello and welcome to another interesting edition right here on EstiQ Media website. I told you that we try to educate ourselves as best as we can, and today is one of those days where we're educating ourselves. Recall that the last time we talked about homographs, words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently depending on the context. Today we are looking at homonyms. Homonyms, Homonyms. Now, homonyms are words that are spelled the same, sound the same, but they mean different things. They have different meanings. All right? A homonym can have more than two meanings. That is how strange some of these word classifications are. So even the best of them, like I said the last time, sometimes find these things confusing. So homonyms are words that are spelled the same, sound the same, but have different meanings. An example is a pen, right? Now, a pen is an instrument, a writing instrument. It could also mean an area where they keep animals. So it's a pen, a pig pen. Do you see that? Same way it sounds, same way it is written, but also has a different meaning. Depends on the context that the word has to come in play. Another example is address. ADDRESS. An address could mean you speaking to a group of people, you talking to a group of people, speaking to the crowd. It could also mean a location. What is your location? What is your address? I'd like to come to your house. Can you give me the address? That's another word. Spelled the same, pronounced the same, or sound alike, but they mean different things. Another thing to also consider is ARM. That's an example of a homonym. Now, ARM could be any part of a part of your body, right? Your arm. But it could also mean a group. For example, a division of a company. So let's just say you work in a certain company called ABC. A segment of that company could become an arm of that company. ARM. It is a body part. It could also mean a particular department or a segment of a company. Do you see that? Let's talk about BAND. Now, BAND could be a musical group. Let's call them Nigeria Dance Group Troupe. They're a band called Nigeria Dance Group Troupe, but it could also mean what? A wedding band, an engagement band, a wedding band. The same word, BAND, pronounced the same, but also has a different meaning. Depends on the context you want to use that word. Another word to consider is bright, BRIGHT, bright. It's so bright in this place. The light is too much. It's too bright. It could also mean that you are bright. Understanding what we're talking about, this conversation you're having, you quickly grasping it. It means you're very bright and you're also very intelligent. All right? These are examples of homonyms. So we're going to look next time, we're going to look at homophones. Remember yesterday we talked about homographs. Today we're talking about homonyms. Tomorrow we'll talk about homographs, and then we'll continue like that, just to get ourselves well known with some of these words. So why don't you try as much as possible to subscribe to EstiQ Media website? All right, you just go to www.estiqmedia.com, send your mail, and also remember that if you're on Spotify, EstiQ Media podcast is on Spotify. So any new information, any new teaching or notification that comes up, you quickly get notified on EstiQ Media podcast right on Spotify. We're also on YouTube, EstiQ Media, EstiQ Media, EstiQ Media. And so of course you'll see these videos up on there. So why don't you subscribe, so whenever there is any information, any new teaching, any new video that will elicit your attention and of course crave your curiosity, why don't you subscribe and you get updated about it? You get updated on it. You get updated in it. You get updated all around it. That's basically what we do right here on EstiQ Media website. Okay? You can also follow me on my social media handles at Esther Machuku on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. It's been quite amazing. We will continue to learn as possible as we can. But you must remember, homographs are words that are spelled the same, all right, but pronounced differently, while homonyms are words that sound alike, spelled the same, but are pronounced differently. So in other words, they have alternate different meanings. They sound alike, possibly also spelled alike, but at the same time they have different meanings. Homograph, words spelled the same but completely pronounced differently in a different context. While for homonyms, the words that are spelled alike sound alike but have different meanings. So if for example you have bark as bark, which also could mean a dog barking, it could also mean the outer layer of a tree. It spells the same, it sounds alike, but it has a different meaning. So this is how we'll continue to update ourselves intellectually. And you can also send in videos too. If you also teach and if there are things that you know you would like to share across, well, send a mail on www.estiqmedia.com. And if you also would like to be part of the teaching process while we have this conversation, you can send a mail as well. You'll be invited and we can work together. That is what makes the world beautiful. Learning together, upgrading each other, impacting knowledge as best as we can, and just using the opportunity of this digital space to learn and update ourselves the best way that we can. That's the way to go. All right, be good and have yourself an amazing day.